That is correct, yeah.
He would use a different redacted version. And that unfortunately contained the statement relative to history between the defendant and the sister of the deceased.
And
yeah, that's how we got to that. And so, at any rate, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, given the fact that it occurred during the recess. You folks made this, you folks reached that agreement to redact that information, and then the prosecution proceeded to get it redacted on the copy that's on the CD that's being played for the jurors, but they used the wrong version. I mean, it's human. That sounds like human error to me, because it was a request of the defense to redact those questions and answers appearing at the end of the statement. This wasn't something that was manufactured by the government to bring up a request to redact further information or to slip in previously redacted information, slip back in previously redacted information. That sounded very logical to the court. If that's the case, we've supplemented the record, but I think the sequence of events that occurred on that date, on Friday, totally support the fact that this was inadvertent. But I did want you folks to review the statement. That's going to have to occur before we play for the jury.
And Judge, just for the record, the state did get the redaction on Monday morning, and it is true, the state did not contact Mr. Nardi or Mr. Poe when it was done.
I realized Monday was a holiday, July 4th.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Sunday afternoon is when the state was made aware of it. And in addition to supplement the record, Judge, the transcript itself supports what this court just went through, because the transcript, both the first transcript of the third interview and the second redacted transcript of the third interview does not have any mention of an incident between the defendant and Fiona. And the third transcript, the difference with that one is the removal of the last portion that this court just mentioned, the second to the last page, where that entire, those entire paragraphs were deleted.
All right. So anyway, all that's noted for the record. I want to make sure the defense knows. Let's have an opportunity to hear the statement. We're going to lose some time doing this, but that's life. So I want you to also listen to the statement. All right.
And Your Honor, we would request, because and again, we agree that we have no reason to believe this was intentional, but at the same time, as Mr. Capobianco's attorneys, I think we can't assume that it was unintentional.
Well, because of the critical event that occurred, it certainly supports what's being represented, because the critical event is that you folks met during a recess not long before playing this, and they agreed to go ahead and delete a few questions and answers right at the end of the statement, which required them to go back and then create another redacted version of it during the recess, and to get that redacted from the statement and get that copy to make sure that it was available for the jurors. That's a lot to do in a relatively short period of time. It was done, unfortunately, the wrong version was used. The transcript is correct, I believe. I don't think there's any dispute about that. But unfortunately, the electronic copy was not correct. So at any rate, what I'd like to make sure is that you folks listen to this. All right. So let's take a recess and make sure you do that. All right. If there are any problems, I'm sure you'll let me know. All right. All right. Let's get that hearing as quickly as possible so you folks can listen to that. All right.